Welcome to Coach Hayes Football Live. He can talk about anything from high school to the pros. This guy knows the game, so you better not be half-stepping.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is going to agree with me before they agree with you.
Strap in, because Coach Hayes is about to
crack your cranium and fertilize your brain. Go ahead, right here, right now.
Subscribe now and check out CoachHayesFootball.com.
What's up, everybody? Let me know everything looks good, sounds good. Just got off the Hayes Street show, and we had a little bit of audio difficulty, so let me make sure everything is good. Let me get a thumbs up in the chat. Everything is good in the building, and we'll definitely get this thing rocking and rolling and see what's going on. Talking about prime time talk and Coach Prime and the Buffaloes starting fall camp. So let me know everything looks good, sounds good. We can definitely get this thing rocking and rolling, and we'll see what's going on. We're going to actually talk about some of the latest news there going on in Boulder, as well as we'll break down one of the well-off media videos, right? Don't necessarily do this often, but I thought this was a great video to kind of walk through the mindset of Coach Prime, starting off fall camp in a mindset, knowing they're coming off a 4-8 season, and they got to get it right. And so we're going to definitely check them out and see what it is. We'll put this video up here and go from there. I think I got to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Apologize. But anyway, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. First big news coming out of Colorado is Ethan Boyd, offensive tackle, 6'7", 320, I want to say 325, has decided to retire from college football. So he will no longer be on the Buffaloes roster. Not sure why he retired. Maybe it's medically. I don't know, but that's part of this game, man. We see it happen all the time. So I'm not here to speculate about why he's retired until it comes out or he makes a statement or the Buffaloes decide to make a statement or Coach Prime makes a statement. I don't know. But I will say a guy that's like, say, 6'7", 320 is a hit to the roster, man, because we know depth is paramount when it comes to football. Injuries are inevitable, and you got to be able to have guys that can replace guys when other guys go down. And that's just part of this game. And that's why it's 105 people on the roster, right? That's why it's over 100 people on the roster for, think about it, 11 starting spots on both sides of the ball and in special teams. So, like I said, at the end of the day, I think it's a hit. I don't know how other people think about it. I know other people have been saying, he's projected to play a lot or maybe even start. I'm not here to talk about that because I really, I don't know why he decided to retire, but I do know it's definitely going to be a hit to the depth of Colorado football going in this season. And like I say, there's already been some guys on the O-line dinged up and so forth and so on, like Tyler Johnson and other guys as well. So we'll definitely see. There's been a lot of talk about Coach Prime and his coaching acumen. And I've always believed that Coach Prime can coach. I've always said that. Is he the best coach in the world? Probably not. Is he the worst coach in the world? Definitely not. And there's a lot of things I've always said on this channel that he has to learn as you go into coaching. But it's not a Coach Prime thing. So guys, relax. Don't Twitter me to death in all caps because I say these things. This is anybody. Hell, if I was to get a P5 job, it's stuff I got to learn that I have not experienced. So it's not a bad thing when you say these things, but some people take it and they all in a bunch, if you understand me. So that's part of that process as well. One thing I say about Coach Prime is he actually comes back, believe this or not, and says a lot of the things that people like myself say. He comes back and he talks about these things. I think there's a lot of speculation that goes on, a lot of fandom. I get it. I understand. I tease and call them cult members, but I think some of them in the cult, but that's just neither here nor there. But anyhow, And again, every school has cult members. Every school has them. Y'all know I'm a Miami Hurricane fan. I call them the Cane Crazies, right? So everybody got that kind of group, and that's okay. All right. But what I will say about Coach Prime is the guy been around football all his life. So he understands what needs to happen. I think the thing now is it has to happen. And that's the difference when it comes to Colorado. I always talk about letting people look into your home. When you give people a view through your window, they can see what's going on in the house and they come up with their own conclusions. That's part of also his spiel as a coach. That's what he wants. He wants some transparency in there with the well-off media videos to reach the people, the Uncle Neely's and so forth and so on. And that's okay. That's his ship. He runs it how he chooses. His Titanic, right? Sail in the open waters or run it right into the iceberg. That's one thing about being a head coach. You pretty much have complete autonomy with your program. You do it how you see fit. And that's exactly what he's doing. And that's okay. But one thing I will say as I watched this video, and this is the video where it says last year y'all was trash, Bubba Dub. So it came out 4 hours ago. So that's what that is. But before I get into it, I take care of some other housekeeping stuff here as well. As you know, this is our third year. We're doing our fantasy football league. So make sure you go check out the fantasy football league as well. You see it right here, as well as, let me put this up. You'll see this logo. Let me make sure I have this. I don't know why I don't have it up and prepared because Coach tripping. If you would like to join the fantasy league, you're more than welcome. All right, let me put this up. Let me share this on the screen. You're more than welcome. It's a lot of fun. You're going to play this game 1,000%. You're going to watch football 1,000% different. And it is what it is. So anyway, really quickly here, I'll put this on the stage. So if you want to join, you're more than welcome to go ahead and join. All you have to do, there's 3 different levels. There's the $25 for $225, $50 for $450, $100 for $900, Cash App Coach Hayes Football. Make sure you see this logo right here. If you don't see this logo and you send your money to somebody else, that's on you. Also, make sure your email address is in the memo section, or I cannot send you the invite link to the league. All right. And on Cash App, make sure you see my logo before you send the money. The email will come from Fantrack Sports. Check your spam folder as well. And if you got any questions, coachhayesfootball@gmail.com. I got it up right here. So if anybody like to join, there's only 2 spots left in the $25 league. The $50 league has a few spots, and then the $100 league has a few spots. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. It is. Anything is everything. What's up with you, baby? To me, it's a lot of fun. You watch games a lot different. And if you're a football fan, or if you're just a casual fan and you want to just try it, the computer can do all the work for you. They also have an app that you can use on your phone as well to control, whatever. So you don't have to be at a computer. If you're away from home or whatever, at the doctor's office, you can set your roster and do all that, everything else as well. So they have a Fantrax app that you can But like I said, it's fun, man. It is. It's good fun, and a lot of back and forth go on with that. But anyway, shout out to that. So the fantasy league, like I said, right here, if you want to join the fantasy league, go ahead and join it. The link is also in the description to that picture that I just showed you, so you can click it if you need to, or whatever else the case may be. And you're more than welcome to do that. So before I open up the phone lines, I do want to kind of go through this well-off media video and kind of talk about some of the stuff Coach Prime talked about in the pregame. I'm sorry, the first meeting with the team. And I thought he addressed a lot of the issues that people talked about last year that a lot of people don't want to talk about. One being discipline, one being penalties, right? And the thing is, people know it's an issue, but they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. But I love the fact Coach Prime still talks about it. But that's also being a leader and a head coach of a football program. And that's what it is. JR Boxing, what's going on with you, baby? Anything is everything. What's good, Coach? E.I. Brown with his diaper. I don't know where E. Brown at today, man. So let me get this video up. We'll kind of go through it, kind of deconstruct it a little bit. I'll give it to you from a coach's perspective of what he's maybe saying. So maybe you know, maybe you don't know. I don't know. But we got 48 people in here climbing. I know there was some issues with YouTube and giving out notifications. So let me know in the chat, guys and ladies, if you got a notification or you just happen to be just stopping through because you saw we were live, whatever the case may be, which is fine. Coach Kev, all right, real quick, another disclaimer. PlayStation, man, listen, we were on PlayStation last night. I was playing, I got whooped with like 7 O's, whooped, right? If you want to play me, Coach Hayes FB, all right, I'll put it right here. This is my PS5. I got to put it up here. PS5. Coach Hayes FB. All right. So if you want to, here you go. So Coach Kev, if you want to add me as a friend, I'm still learning how to play it, but I have a good time playing it. It is what it is. Again, Coach Kev, it says I sent a friend request. If you did, if it's under the notification, that's where I think I need to go. I definitely add you, bruh. It's all good. We could definitely get it in, or whatever the case may be. But I know y'all want to pick on old Coach right now. Y'all want to get Coach while he's down. Well, in the words of Coach Prime, you better get me now. You better get me now, because when I just learned how to change. Shout out to Really Flaw. I learned how to change the D line, shift the D line left and right. I was shifting the whole defense. Mr. Hillsman, yeah, let's get it in. He said, I'm new to it. Well, I'm really new. You knew. No notifications. I saw Really Flawed walking this way. So this is why you're supposed to read the comments first. But anyway, let me go ahead and pull this video up with Coach Prime. And I want to kind of walk through what he's saying in the meeting, as well as some segments in the practice. And I think it's very interesting. And I'm trying to give it to you from a coach's perspective, maybe break it down. A lot of times coaches say things, but is that what they're really saying? Are they really saying what you're hearing, or do they mean something else? And I thought that was huge right there. So I got it here. We'll play it and we'll get it in. Let me know as it's playing, the thumbs up. So you guys, let me know you guys can hear the audio, and we'll go from there.
Go hard. 1 or 2 plays. And you disappear. But you know what? We can handle that because I brought somebody in. They can address the situation. Bubba Dub, Coach Dub, come on. I just hired Coach Dub. Well, yeah. Get him, Coach.
How y'all players doing today, man? Ask yourself, did you get better today? I'm gonna be real with y'all. Last year, y'all was trash.
Junior, stand up.
You say y'all was trash. That's funny. All right, here we go. Coach got to skip that music, man. They be bamming it.
Right now. Start on this corner. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not the next day. Not the next month. Not the next year. Not the next play. I'm talking about right now. Some of you need to turn it up and have your sense of urgency pushed, propelled, fastened. You need to go get it right now. You're taking too much time doing what you need to do. You keep telling us who you are, who you're supposed to be, but we're not seeing it because you think you got tomorrow.
Whew. Mouthful right there. Jack Boy, what's up with you, man? KMS, what's up? Some of us y'all are telling us who you are because you think you got tomorrow, but we ain't seeing it. And I think this is where people like myself get in trouble, because we talk about these things, because we're not taking your word at face value as a player, I'm saying. And this is the kind of stuff I talk about, Coach Prime talks about. He'll come right back and say what we've been saying. And that's the issue. Like, it ain't all roses like people think it is. Now, that is part of his job. Even when they're at their pinnacle, he's supposed to keep pushing them. That's part of being a coach. But he's saying we're not seeing it. He's not saying that because he's just saying it. He's saying it because they're not seeing it. And that's what coaches do. It may be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys doing it, but it's the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people that's not. And that's what's important.
You don't have tomorrow. You have right now. Some of you are in a capsule that you need to play this much so you could do the things you want to accomplish and you want to be successful, but you keep putting it off. And you don't have time like that. You got to go get it right now. It has to be a sense of urgency. Like that thing that you want so bad that you got to go get it. Ain't nothing can stop you from going to get it. You keep talking the talk, but you ain't walking the walk, but you need to go get it right now. And what's the problem? Why are you waiting? You got everything you need. You have some of the best resources, the best places. When we walk on the practice field, a certain joy just hits me.
I love what he says right here because you got to walk the walk, you got to talk the talk. But all of that stuff that he talks about, they have everything, all the resources, can make you complacent, can make you feel like you arrived. And I'm talking about from a player's perspective, right? You may have come from another program where y'all didn't have all of these resources, materials, weight room didn't look like that, training facilities, all of that kind of stuff. So when you get there, you calm down, you get complacent, you chill. But those things are put in place for you to get better, right? And that's what he's talking about. And I think that's important.
Because I'm looking at how beautiful it is that God would choose us to place us in a situation like he has. But we don't have a right now attitude. Now, I don't mind a good fight, not whatsoever. But I do mind ignorance. And we can't just be fighting and not understanding that something comes with fighting. That's a penalty. We're one of the most penalized teams in college football last year, right? Next to last. We're not having that right now. And
come on, Brian. This is what we've been saying. The most penalized team, second to last, he said. And Brian said, I don't mind a good fight, but you got to know the consequences that come with it. Those are the things that players have to understand. Yeah, dude slap you across the face. Guess what? It's 4th and 4. They about to punt. But if I slap him back, automatic first down. Push your pride to the side. You get hit harder on each play than you do with that dude slapping your face. I get it. I understand. It's an emotional game. I understand. I'm not trying to hold anybody's feet to the fire, but this is the difference between good and great team. For all those people out there saying, we only lost games by a touchdown. Well, this is part of the reason. This is part of the reason. Because you may put a team in a situation where they could have punted. That's a possession for you. You fight a dude back. You give them a first down, and then they score. I mean, I don't have all the breakdowns of what the penalties caused and didn't cause, but this is what he's talking about. You can't, and penalties are huge. Penalties and turnovers are big things that sway a football game. The most penalized team usually loses. The team with the most turnover usually loses.
Some of you got out of character because you got your butt kicked. It wasn't because he did something wrong to you. I watched all of it, slowed it down, and saw how the fight even consumed itself. He got your butt kicked. Some of you got hit in the face and you retaliated. Instead of retaliating the next 15 seconds, you retaliated right there, which is going to result to a penalty. We don't need that. One thing that we're going to be is discipline. We're going to be disciplined. I'm telling you, I don't mind a good fight. But after they have a good fight, I want you to assess what the problem was. The coaches let me know so we can see if it coincides with how I feel, then that person is going to have to pay a price. Because that's what you do in the game, 15 yards. So we're going to have to do something to constitute the penalty.
Some of y'all got y'all butts kicked, and now you want to fight. I remember telling my players all the time, we do the drills, Oklahoma, so forth. And once the player lose the drill, now he want to throw his helmet off and fight for real. Or he want to take a cheap shot at the dude. You in a contact sport. You are in a gladiator sport. But you get penalties because you got your behind kicked, as he said. Now, did Coach Prime get rid of those guys? I don't know. Shout out to Chef Jerome, to be determined. We don't know just yet. We have no clue if that same thing is carried over. I guess the question is it a cultural thing? One thing I can say, he's addressing it. He's addressing it right now. That's going to be huge for this year. I mean, I remember seeing Travis, it just sticks out. Travis down the field, the dude pushed him. Travis pushed the dude back in the face. Come on.
Because we're not going to be penalized.
Uh-oh, get that crap out of here. We ain't doing that. I'm trying to get some ads on your boy. But yeah, I mean, so he's saying a good part, and he's saying we're not going to be penalized. I'll bring it back up after the ad goes off. And they're going to have to do something in practice, and that right there gets nipped in the bud at practice. Nothing wrong with a good fight. I agree with Coach Prime with that 100%. Sometimes you got to let them get it out. However, it can't be at the detriment of the program or the team or the game. You have to be smart, right? You have to know I got to get him back in another 15 seconds. In another 15 seconds is when I got to get him back. Yeah, I think this is the next clip right here. Let me see here. Oh, shoot. Stop the screen. I think this is it right here.
I'm over here. I'm trying to think of all these cards that I read yesterday. Some was wonderful cards. Some really had some good stuff. I'm just trying to think of the name that had some of the most interesting things. And it was really good.
This is a Canada. Hey, boys, defense. I talked to defense already, right?
Oh, that wasn't it. It was at this mark. I think I wrote down some mark. Talking about a coaching point.
Let's get it. Go! Hey, time for my back position! Go! Good, inside out, good.
Squeeze! Hey, you trying to short the out red line, right? In there, and he'll break it in when you're on this side. You gotta fight like crazy. You gotta fight like crazy. You gotta fight like crazy. Good. Like on this side, you gotta get that this side.
I love what he's talking about here. He's talking about basically being beat in leverage. Y'all hear me all the time. If you watch some of my videos in regards to the WREs where I break the players down to watch you at evaluate, leverage as a DB is huge. And he's saying when you're out of leverage or maybe out of phase, you got to fight like hell to get back in phase and to get into his hip because these dudes can pull away from you. But if you're on the inside and he's making an in-breaking route, you're in better position.
A lot of times. And he there. Put something on my page. Who does that? Who calls their son? Who put something on my page? And he
I ain't getting into the social media part of it. Let's go. This is really about Coach Prime and his coaching because people say he can't coach, and I think he does a good job with coaching. Is different than maybe program leading, but coaching is one thing.
Open up over here.
One thing I'm gonna say, this is my pet peeve. They running, but they not running. They running, but they not running. When coach say get over here, what? Just look at the body language. 67. Look, he walking back here.
Let's be ready to go to first play. Let's be ready to go to first play. Let's be ready to go to first play.
And that's back to him having to say, let's get ready for the first play. Their body language. And again, that's me. Some people do it different. I'm just saying me. Right here, everybody, when the head coach say something, you sprinting to get in there. Look, they walking back here. My man walking back here.
Eyes on coach, right here.
Let's be ready to go to first play. Let's be ready to go to first play. Let's be ready to go to first play.
Sir.
The ball should hit us. The first play. Let's be ready to go the first play.
Sir.
Hey, y'all kind of ramp up, man. You're done, Indy. Let's go.
Let's go. Go right, Liz. Go right, Liz. Let's go. Go right, Liz. Go right, Liz. Let's go.
And when coaches say that, it's letting you know it's dragging. And it's the first day of practice. You should be fired up. Everybody should be going at it. You should be having to try to calm them down a little bit. You understand? That's part of but that's the culture, right? Building it and all of that kind of stuff. Let me go to 18. He talking to Bubba Dub right here. Let me move that off the way. As the ad go. But again, those are the things when you look at coaching, and a lot of people, you see it for face value, but you don't really grasp what's going into it, what's going in with it and behind it. Shout out to Rosa Day. Number 30 stays getting cooked. I want to see Travis versus Shep. Oh, all right. We'll see. Thank you, Rosa Day, for the $1.99. Appreciate that. Technically, T, what's going on with you? When we get in the Michigan channel? You ain't. You gonna get another channel, but it ain't Michigan. I can bet that. Anyway. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Rosa Day for the $1.99. I appreciate it.
Level. Great move. Now, when you finish that burst, let's work on burst now. Let's work on finishing burst. Everybody good? All right, Caleb, down. Glad you're here. Pick it up. Let's go to work.
Let's go, man. Let's finish, man. Finish on me. Finish on finish.
I ain't gonna lie. The body language throwing me off. Coach say, look at the body language. It's throwing me off. This is the first day of practice, y'all. This is the first day of practice. Practice? We talking about practice? Practice? Look at the first day. And it's the first day? I think it's the first day.
It's going to affect your future. Just remember that. Don't let that shit affect.
Listen to the yes coach. Watch this.
Affect your future. Great job of doing what I coach you to do as far as run. You got to put it under that, But you ran. You made him throw. That's the only way we're going to get better. Focusing and finishing. Where you at, oh? Pad level. Great.
My bad, Sean. It's the second day of practice. All right. The second day of practice. My bad. I'll take it. Slap myself, coach. Slap. I'm fired up sitting here. Look at this dude's face, man. And I get it. I don't know the context of why he's like that, but I don't see that joy, that fire.
You got to put it under that, But you ran. You made him throw. That's the only way we're going to get better. Focusing and finishing. Where you at, oh? Pad level. Great move. Now, when you finish that burst, let's work on burst now. Let's work on finish.
He ain't like, you right, coach. Let's go, baby.
Finishing burst.
That's just how O is. Okay. All right. I'll take it. Everybody can't be like that, though. K-Cow, if I'm saying it right, I apologize if I jack it up. But listen to the yes coach.
Finishing burst. Everybody good? All right, Caleb, down.
You heard it? Everybody good? Yes, sir.
Burst now. Let's work on finishing burst. Everybody good? All right, Caleb, down. Glad you're here. Pick it up. Let's go to work.
Let's go, man. Let's finish, man. Finish on me. Finish on finish. Let's go, man.
Let's go, man. 1, 2, 3, finish.
Let's finish, man. Finish on me. Finish on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Finish.
Let's go, man. Let's finish, man. Finish on me. Finish on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Finish.
I want Moss. I need Moss. Trying to get the Coach Prime part. I'm sorry. Here you go.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
I love it. He's telling them score, score, score. And he tell them don't give up, Shadozi. Why is this important? Why is this important? We've seen in football crazier things. We've seen crazier things in football. We've seen somebody come, hit it, and guess what? That D lineman that's 15, 20 yards, 30, 40 yards down the field, right? Pick up the scoop and score or scoop the fumble up or they're at the ball. You understand? Yeah, it could be tiredness. Bro, it's your second day of practice. Let's go. But I love what Prime is saying right here. Score. He's telling the offensive guy to score, of course, but he's telling the defensive guy, don't give up. Don't give up. Watch this.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Damn coach running harder than them. Look at coach. This is the coach right here. Watch this.
Don't give up.
All right, let me go to the next one. I'm not trying to go. I'm just going through the parts where he's talking. Oh, they get me every time. They get old coach every time. And again, these are the things. Revival. These are the things that Willoff want us to see. These are things they put out. We don't know the other things. I don't care. That's fine. But what they put out, we just look at it, examine it, and it's cool. All right, let's go put this back up.
Don't ask.
Let's go. Circle up. Back it up a little bit, guys. How we do today, fella? Great. We did great. Really? How we do today?
I just think the energy wrong. I just feeling the energy. Like the energy in day 2 of practice is like, is it me, guys? Am I tripping? All these new faces, all this going on. Yeah, you tired? So what? That's what I'm saying. You're going to be tired in the game. This is the mental part. Fight through it. You tired, but we're talking about a response. Like the response. How we do today? Intensity, running, feel great.
How we do today, fella? Great. We did great. Really? We did great. How you think you did? What's our major thing that we need to work on?
Start fast. Finish it. Finish it. Get to the ball.
What about conditioning? What about conditioning? Consistency. I like that. I like that word. Guys.
He brought up consistency for a reason. What about conditioning? His eyes are telling him they're not in shape. What have you been doing all summer? Yeah, y'all lifting weights, y'all getting bigger. But it's a game about running. This is a game about running. You can look good in the mirror. You can look good in your drawers and in your underwear. You can look good on the beach. But football is about running. Football is about running. And shout out to Rosa Day. They got 29 days to get in shape. So then what they did all summer. That's all I'm saying. Right? I get it. And I'm not saying that every kid need to be in track condition. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is for the second day of practice, you come into a program. Most of these guys, this is their last year. A lot of these guys, this is their last year. This is their last year. Like this, like Prime said, you need it now. He just gave you the greatest speech. You need this now. 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 Prime told them day one at fall camp they were out of shape. So day two, I ain't saying you're gonna be in shape in a day, but we're just talking about the enthusiasm. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The enthusiasm, guys. That's all. Shout out to Jay. Let me give him some attention. He wants some. Let me give him some. Yeah, you tripping. We got dry heat in Colorado. Altitude, they definitely tired. All right, dog. You right. You right. They won't be out of shape. Well, you right, dog. You right, Jay. My bad. I apologize. No, I know you weren't agreeing. I know you weren't disagreeing. I know you weren't. I know. What I do know, Jay, is you come over here every show. Now, that's what I do know. And I appreciate you for coming, dog. Don't be a stranger. But let's go back to what Prime got to say. Let's go back to the people that matter.
What about conditioning? Consistency, I like that. I like that word. You guys, whoever you want to be, you got to do it consistently, right? Yeah. You got to do it consistently. Some of y'all make great plays, but can you make them consistently? That we can count on you, that we can leave you out there for length of time. Can you do that consistently? Some of y'all go hard, 1 or 2 plays, and you disappear. But you know what? 1 or 2 plays. Length of time. Can you do that consistently? Some of y'all go hard, 1 or 2 plays, and you disappear.
Some of y'all go hard 1 or 2 plays and y'all disappear. I love it. I love the fact you call them out, let them know. Think about what he just said, 1 or 2 plays. Hell, let's give you 3 or 4. What happens in that defense, that 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 play drive? Come on.
But you know what? We can handle that because I brought somebody in. They can address the situation. But you know what? We can handle that because I brought somebody in. They can address the situation.
Now, we want to talk about energy. I want y'all to watch this response.
Bubba Dub.
Hey, Jay, remember the air is dry up there, dog. Altitude is high. But look at this response.
Coach Dub, come on. I just hired Coach Dub. Oh, yeah. Get him, Coach.
How y'all players doing today, man? Ask yourself, did you get better today? I'm going to be real with y'all. Last year, y'all was trash. I don't want
That laugh seemed to be a little more enthused. Thank you, Jake.
Get him, Coach.
How y'all players doing today, man?
Coach Dub. Oh, yeah. Get him, Coach.
How y'all players
Who is number 6 right here? Trash. He excited.
doing today?
Look at him. He beating him to his own joke. But he tired. But he tired. But he tired. This is what I'm talking about. Why don't we just call a spade a spade? They tired. Hey, got Bubba Dub. He beat trash. He beating him to it.
We can handle that because I brought somebody in. They can address the situation. Bubba Dub. Coach Dub, come on. I just hired Coach Dub. Oh, yeah. Get him, Coach.
How y'all players doing today, man? Ask yourself, did you get better today? I'm going to be real with y'all. Last year, y'all was trash. I don't want to do that shit I had to do last year, man. It's all about right now, man. Yesterday don't matter. So that's what matters, man. You got to get better each and every day, man. Listen to y'all coaches, man. Make sure y'all in the classroom learning, man. Because you don't learn in there, how the hell you going to learn out here? Y'all going to win this year or what? Oh, y'all going to win this year or what? Let's go. Y'all going to win this year or what?
Damn, my receiver coach. Y'all good? Yeah, coach.
Y'all going to win this year.
I'm reaching for content. Well, I appreciate you being here watching. Y'all kill me with this stuff, boy. I love y'all, man.
Let's go, y'all. Let's go, Bubs.
All right, bring it up.
Bring it in, man. Bring it in, man. Bubs on 3. Bubs.
Anyway, $5 from FPSD. Glad Colorado football is back. I mean, college football. Sco Buffs, man. Appreciate the $5, man. Thank you so much, FPSD. No, I'm not being messy, dog. I just get tired of people. And I don't know why I do it, dog. I don't know why I give them the like J27, man. You don't even got an avatar, dog. You know what I mean? He probably living in his mama basement, drowning the goldfish. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it is what it is. 10 toes down. Like reaching for content. You're gonna be a lot of content in August, September, October, November, and December. Huh? It's gonna be a lot of content. All right. Like I said, we're just talking about, again, I was just breaking that down because I was actually giving Coach Prime his credit, acknowledging the things that need to be talked about in the thing. He calling out his team. Hey guys, y'all need to be consistent. You need to be conditioned. You need to be these things. But a lot of people give Coach Prime slack and don't want to give him his credit from the coaching perspective. That's all I'm saying. But again, you got coach members. They don't hear that. They don't want to hear none of that. The avatar tells about how I live, Goofy. Your mama Goofy. How about that, J27? How about that? Yeah, mama Goofy. Anyway, we having a good time in here, man. Appreciate you being a subscriber, J27. That's why you commenting. Anyway, like I say, I can open up the phone lines real quick, as you see right here. If you want to join the fantasy league, it's a lot of fun. Y'all get to play. Y'all get to have all that good stuff, man. Pick teams, all of the Power 5. Ain't nobody getting to pick like Liberty, none of the G5 teams or anything like that. You have to pick the teams from the G5 and so forth and so on. Let me put this up here so you guys can see it. If you'd like to join the fantasy, you're more than welcome. A lot of fun, 9 times your cash, Ola. And it's what it is. So right here, like I said, 3 different levels, $25, $50, and $100. You get to win $225, $450, $900. Cash out. The drafts will start on August 18th. So I'm not taking anything after August 17th. So if you're not in by then and they fill up, it's what it is. All right. If you want to do it on Cash App, please feel free right here. $ Coach Hayes Football. Make sure you see this logo, right? The Coach Hayes Football logo on there. Okay. And then in the memo section, make sure you put your email address. If not, I cannot send you the invite link to the league. All right. And make sure you see my logo. Check Fan Track Sports, where it comes from, and check your spam folder as well. If you got any questions, email coachhayesfootball@gmail.com. All right. @gmail.com. So that's where we are in that right there when it comes to that. Let me open these. We can open up the phone lines, I guess, here. If y'all like to call in, we could talk about it, see what's going on. Let me clean this up a little bit. See if I can get the phone working. 862-799-9956. Anybody like to call in and talk about it? And again, if anybody want to join the kitchen, I had a couple people email me or reach out to me. They said something about Twitter. You can't be, if you're not verified. So just email me if you want to join. I think somebody named Ride hit up. If they want to come in the kitchen, you're more than welcome. It is what it is. But let's do what we got to do. Lucius Tate says, do I get to sponsor Do I get sponsored like somebody last year? I don't know what that means. Do I get sponsored like somebody last year? I don't know what that means. I don't know. Yeah, Jay, call on in. Dupree Hundo said, call in, Jay. He ain't got no phone. Come on, man. That boy using the McDonald's Wi-Fi right now. That boy sitting outside McDonald's on his bike using the Wi-Fi so he can watch Coach Hayes. That's what he doing. That boy ain't got no phone number, man. Y'all stop. Y'all stop it. Come on, man. He gonna be mad when you got to buy a cup of coffee. He gonna be mad. He not gonna call in. None of them calling him, Geraldine. None of them calling. They ain't gonna call in, dog. They lonely. That's what they do. They come on every show and say what they gotta say. Yeah, I understand. See what I'm saying? Whatever. But see, I don't block people, dog. I really don't. Because you good for the algorithm, Jay. You engagement. Business one-on-one. How about that? But anyway, 862-799-9956. And some people say, Cole, why do you engage? Because sometimes I'm petty like that. Sometimes you got to just give somebody the business, dog. Sometimes you got to give people the business. Didn't somebody pay the winner of last year to play, Coach? Somebody paid the winner of last year to play? I don't know about that now. I paid the winner, but I don't know about somebody paid the winner of last year to play. I don't know about all that. That's too much. Hayes, call in to hear mama jokes is crazy work, not wasting my time. But you sit here for 3 hours in the chat typing jokes like this. Hayes, fat boy. Hayes, a comedian. I know you a clown. Glasses probably this thick. Like I say, your mama making you spam sandwiches. Jay, dinner's ready. You're probably 27, still living in the basement. Got an old stiff sock next to the computer. You got a stiff sock sitting next to the computer. Got to go incognito on your computer. I hear you. It is what it is. But anyway, probably out here getting catfished, sending your mama money for your chores. You 27 doing chores. Mom, I took out the trash. Reggie, you know what I'm talking about. Dog got the old sock over there. Bro, you're not gonna do it. But CSI Miami coming there with that little black light, the whole room will glow. Ceiling and all. The whole room will glow. That boy be like this. You ready for a time of your life? Anyway, shout out to J27, man. I get it, dog. It's somebody for everybody. But like I said, I think it's interesting. It'd be interesting to find out how they turn out, man. You know, everybody asks me, "Oh, your record prediction." I keep saying 6-6, and so forth. That's where I am with it. You know, Chef Xavier, what's up, man? I ain't seen you in a while, bro. Bro, I know you like work. This is the best you came back with. Out of all I said, I'll make you hang up on me. Stop it, old fella. I know they used to stuff you in the locker in middle school, boy, and lock it. I know, hey, upside down at that. And they probably gave you a old wedgie. Huh? I know. Man, where you from, J27? I don't want to know where you from. I want to know where you from. Because if you're in Florida, you probably don't have a basement. You probably got a pod in the backyard, like a little shack you sit in. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yep, I'm on that Petty Pendergrass today. They took me there. I start off early this morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Cali and I live in Denver. Yeah, I know you old suck MC. I know you definitely stay in the basement. I know you stay in the basement now, boy. Mm-hmm. Better watch out. You might be on ID channel in the next 5 years. Have a whole story about you. Poor mama. She ain't gonna have a chance. Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it, Jay? Because she wouldn't buy me extra men on Candy Crush. I just wanted $5 so I could get extra players on Candy Crush. And mom's a hater. Alpha Rue, what's up, man? Hey, call in, man. Let's talk about these booths. Call in, Alpha Rue, 862-799-9956. I just wanted to have friends. And mom told me no. And I'm 27 years old. I'm a grown man. I bet your mama still cut the crust off the bread for you. You love here, Jay, we got a PB&J sandwich for you. Let me take the edges off. Keyboard sticky in the mug. I understand. I told you, boy, I get in these mode, boy, I'm ready to ride out. They probably ran him out of Cali, man. Hey, quiet now. I know you don't want to waste your time. I'm 27. I'm a man. I make my own decisions. Huh? I know I'm done with you. You light work, bro. I know you yeah. You couldn't maintain living in the co. Stop it. Yeah, man. Let me let you go, dog. Let me let that ride. Hey, man, you more than welcome to stay as long as you can. Get some notes from some real G's. You know what I mean? Call yourself Coach Hayes online. See if it help your life out. But anyway, sock babies. There you go. That boy, a sock baby. That boy talking about, what's up, baby? I got a gold toe sock. I got a gold toe sock. That boy crazy. Anyway, he got 3 on. He got the footsie sock, the ankle sock, the crew sock. He probably would have got one of them long socks too, like Coach Prime got, that go all the way to your knee. Huh? Talking about, yeah, these are BBWs. They big, beautiful white socks. BBW, big, beautiful white sock. You crazy, boy. You know it's about sock. Yeah, I wear them every day. Got some on right now, matter of fact. That's why I know about sock. I don't know what you talking about. Alpha Rue, what's up with you, man?
What up with you, Coach? What you got going on, man? You just going back and forth with people on this phone?
Yeah, I'm
what
petty.
You got going on?
I'm petty today, dog. I just kind of broke down that well-off media video with Coach Prime in the second day of practice, the things he talked about. And I just said from a coaching perspective, right? Letting the guys know that you got to be consistent. You got to be able to condition. You got to be able to do all these different things, bro. You got to be able, you know what I mean, not give up and all that stuff. And that's just part of coaching, you know. But I was telling them too that you have to understand when you're doing these things, you're pushing these guys and you're trying to get them prepared. And he's telling them about now, being prepared now. Some of these guys are one and dones, right? Like they are. They're one and done guys. They're not here for 3-4 years. Some of them are, but a lot of them are not. They're one and done guys. And it is what it is. And so that's where, you know, when you, and I was talking about, and again, this is just my opinion. And I know the Colt members don't necessarily care, but I don't care about that, is I thought there was a little bit of lack of enthusiasm for the second day of practice.
Right. I just think a lot of that might be mental fatigue, because you got to understand, a lot of them are going to learn like with a water hose. You know what I'm saying? Because they just got there and they got a game in 3.5 weeks. Not only do you got to learn the playbook, you got to learn your rotation. Then you got to start working on the other team. Because what Colorado runs, North Dakota State don't run none of that. Their defense is not that. Their offense isn't that. So there's a lot of things that have to occur between now and then. And it's like, I think not only the players are going to feel the pressure, you cannot afford one day of a bad practice sets them way back, because it's almost like starting spring ball all over again for some of them.
Yeah, and you know what's funny though, right? Alpha, I'm funny that you say that. And that's what I was saying, that it is a lot of mental. It's a lot of stuff thrown at you. You've been doing it on paper. You're kind of walking through it. But I've always said this about coaching. A lot of people don't realize this. When you throw that gear on, you lose a little mental capacity for a second, because your mind is focused on the gear, the actual contact, right? One-on-ones,
Right.
not necessarily with the contact, or like without the gear, excuse me. Now you throw the gear on,
Right.
I can go a little bit harder. I can use my head as a weapon in essence, right? That 3-point punch versus trying to keep my forehead away from yours so we don't bust each other's forehead open. So the intensity is a little bit different too. So I totally agree with that,
Right.
100%. But I looked at it is not from the playing perspective, but from the response perspective. Like, from the, I was, and again, I don't know what they require at their practice, but when Coach Prime said at one point, you were telling the offense, y'all get over here, they were kind of lackadaisical jogging. I think 10 is Wester, if I'm not mistaken, LeJohntay Wester, kind of walking, him and Travel walk. And I know they were talking, but we're talking about focusing on the instruction given, and that's the little thing in coaching, right? Those are the little things that make big differences.
But the thing that's interesting is, I feel what you're saying. Like, if you're the second unit, or the first unit is on the sideline and the second unit is in, I promise you, every coach that I've been around says you have to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get mental reps just as well as physical reps. So that's the part that always interested me, that the camera was around so much. And I'm not mad at them. They got to do the camera. But I noticed a lot of people weren't really paying attention. Well, like you can see in the background, there's an actual play going on. But the people on the sideline is literally looking at Bucky, answering questions, or talking about whatever happened on film the other day. And I'm like, yo, ain't you supposed to be paying attention to the play? Because if coach gives an instruction of, we're going to check to this when this motion happens, why does he have to say that again? Because you were too busy, doing what you were doing in the camera for well off. Now, people might say that's a little extra, but I'm trying to tell you guys, at most practices, and this is just behind the curtain, at most practices, everybody got to shut the hell up when it's practice. When coach is instructing or something's going on, you're supposed to shut the hell up and listen, because I'm not gonna say this shit again. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, coach?
No,
coach.
Bro, it's no different. It's no different in the classroom, bro. You ever sat in the back of your class and your teacher giving instruction and they say, Alpha, what did I just say? Oh, I don't know.
You better know.
It's the same. It's the same concept, but again, that culture is there, so they have to learn how to maneuver that. Right? I don't know what the strategy is for when Bucky does interviews versus when he's just filming. Does he have free ranges to talk to guys at will versus, hey, don't talk to guys? I don't know. I'm not here to speculate. I don't necessarily care. Right? They 12 times in the fall they had to prove their worth, and that's anybody. That's all schools. So like I said, at the end of the day, I don't necessarily care.
I don't know if they have, but I don't know if they had that much time though. The thing is, it feels like they're gonna almost have to, and this is maybe people gonna be like that. It feels like they're gonna have to skip steps. Have you ever put a bookshelf or something together, and you be like, man, what is this for? And you throw it away, and come to find out, oh, that's what that was for, because it kept it stable. It feels like for them to accomplish what they got to get in, they might have to skip some steps and hopefully that piece of that nail or that, why do I got to, when you finish, you're like, why do I got an extra nail or extra screw? Hopefully that extra screw doesn't make a difference, but sometimes it does. And when it pops up, you're like, damn, did we get enough in, or should we have slowed down? Because I think the first game, what's cool about the first game, and I hope this is the case, I hope they can spend a lot of time on their base defense. They have enough talent to beat North Dakota State with their basic stuff and get really good at their basic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't get good at your basic stuff, it's almost hard to go to the next level. You can't do calculus until you finish algebra.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to just skip steps and just keep trying to win games in preseason, and you forget a whole lot of other stuff. You understand what I'm saying, Coach Hayes? You can't skip some of that stuff.
I get it. And again, you have to remember, defensively, there is no carryover. This is all brand new, right? From coaches, from Coach Livingston. I know Coach Hart was there. Right. Coach Dancy is his first year. Coach Dancy. No, is Coach Dancy first year? Yeah.
Well, I think
as a coach.
So I know that they got like 159 years of NFL experience, but they have 5 years of Power 4 experience, and everybody got 1 year except Coach Phillips. Coach Phillips is the only one that got more than 1 year because he coached in Houston, Baylor. But other than that, everybody else got 1 year of Power 4 experience.
Well, so here's what I'll say. Yeah, but here's what I say. All that, can I say that? That's a great talking point. But all of that is great, but it means nothing if you can't get it across to the players. Because Warren Sapp ain't making one tackle. Deion Sanders ain't making one interception. Nobody's doing anything. Damian Lewis ain't making a sack. So all of that's great, but you have to be able to convey it to the players. And I'm not saying that they can't, but all of that is great. All of that is excellent. We got lifetime coaches that's been in NFL for 40 years, and they still going 4 and 12 and 13 in the NFL. You got to be able to convey these things to the players. So I hear that talking point at 159. I think it's a great selling point. It's a great marketing tool, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? There's nothing wrong with Coach Prime saying it. My problem is that people think that will win you games. It may, but it doesn't mean anything if you can't get it across to the players. And again, it's a lot of guys, like I said, it's continuity, it's chemistry. I bring up Miami all the time. Think about our staff. I bring this up so much, it's almost like I get tired of saying it, but I think because if I say another team, they'd be like, but Miami. So, bro, we had a national championship defensive coordinator in Charlie Strong, NFL experience, and Lord, I can't think of the defensive coordinator name. I'm looking at him right now. What's the guy? Steele. Yeah, it was Kevin Steele. You had a national championship winning defensive back coach in Jamil Adai. This is just on defensive side. A gold jacket edge rusher coach in Jason Taylor. NFL player in Coach Joe at defensive line. Like, you had coaches. Think about what I just said to you. And we went 5 and 7. I'm sorry, offensively. You had the Broyles Award-winning coach, offensive coach that was at Michigan. I mean, he's the best assistant coach.
Right. And you had talent. And y'all had talent.
And we had talent, and we went 5 and 7. So sometimes there's too many chefs in the kitchen. Again, does that mean that will happen in Colorado? No. But we don't know. We need the 12 days in the fall to find this out. So that's part of football. And that's the part I try to tell people, that I think Colorado will be fine. It's the problem is there's a lot of unknown. And now that, like people saying, it's only 29 days. 29 days is not a long time in essence.
No, it's not.
When you're talking about implementing a system and trying to perfect it versus other teams. I bring up other teams. Yeah, they may have a new coach, but there's some continuity, right? There's some teams they're going to play that have new coaches. I get that too. Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But bro, at the end of the
But
day,
it's not 20. It's not 20. So people, okay, so it's not 29 days because they're not going to practice every day. In a few, schools going to get ready, so they're going to have some days for just administrative stuff. They're going to have some days just for rest. And then as you get closer to the game, you're really not going to be doing too much hitting and too much of anything. So out of those 29 game days, I think they probably on the field activities, like real practices, I would probably say about 17. I would think there's about 12 days between now and then that is not going to be as physical as what you would expect to learn. So that means you got 17 days to put it in and see it in real live action. And that's and I'm not saying they can't do it. It's a sped up process. Because even in the NFL, when you get a new coach, they give you extra days of mini camp and extra days of training camp because there's a limit that you can have. But those teams with new coaches, they give them a little bit extra because they know you're going to need a little extra just to first see who can run your system and two, figure out what your rotations are. At what point, Coach, do you think they need to know their rotations? When do you think they need to know exactly?
You mean like first string, second string, third string? You mean like that? You talking about like that? The first string, second string?
Like
let me ask you a question. It's 29 days or 29 practices? Not 29 practices. So
I think it's 29 days.
It's days, right? So we're talking about actual practices. I think they only get 20, if I'm not mistaken.
Between now and the first game?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong, and that's okay. But I think it's 29. I think it's 20 practices through the 29-day period, through the 30-day period.
They've already had 2.
And they've had 2 already, right? So, and you have to remember this. So day 1 of most practices, before I go back and answer your question, day 1 is, especially when you have a lot of new players, is you're trying, and that's what Coach Prime is doing now. You're trying to set your expectations for practice because they don't know. They've been through the workout, but they haven't been through practices and the periods, and they're probably going through a walkthrough prior to of what we want to do. But again, that's different. They probably went through a walkthrough prior to their practices. Like, all right, we'll be here for 20 minutes, blah, blah, blah. When you blow the whistle, run to your next station. This is where you're going. It's a dress rehearsal, right? Cool.
Right. These are checks. These are checks. Right. I got you.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, you got to teach them how you want your practices run. Are we hitting? Are we thudding up? How to practice is a real thing. Bro, you know this, Alpha.
Hell, line up in stretching. Like how we line up on stretches.
How we line up for stretches. What are the stretches that we're going to do? What again, it doesn't just always carry over because some of the stretches you do in the summer are way different than what you do in the fall because the stretches you do in the summer are geared towards lifting and conditioning, not geared towards ball playing. So those are the things that them first 2-3 days, that's what it's about. How do we practice? So that's 3 days off of the 20. Then, of course, you have installs and all that. Some overlap, I get it. But those those installs go fast. Like day 1 is 1 install. Day 2 is 2. Day 3, when you get it about day 4, you probably get install 4 and 5. Day 6 might be 7, 8, and 9.
It's supposed to build on itself. It's like exponential.
Yeah.
You start with 1, you start with 2, then you get to 4. It just grows and grows.
There you go. There you go. So day 1, it's install 1. Day 2, install 2. Day 3, install 3 and 4. Day 4, install 4, 5, 6, and 7. Like, because you have to remember, especially when you start out a program, you don't know what you're good at. Shout out to Robert Livingston saying, if I'm not wrong, about the playbook. I have to build my playbook based on my personnel, right? And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I get it. Meaning he has in his mind a concept and philosophy of what he wants to do, but he doesn't really know how these players mesh well together. He know them individually. I know Shadozi is this. I know that BJ Green is that. I know that Bentley is this. But how can I get them to work together and be great?
And that's the point, is that it's just such a close time period to figure that out, because eventually you got to start getting ready for the first game. That's what people don't understand. Eventually, in all of these practices, you got to get ready for the first game. And it's not like they playing UTEP. They're not playing something that you can just literally just roll a ball out there and win this game. You still got to play this game.
Right.
So so that's why I would be interested to see, because when you go in the coach's office, you see on the board the breakdown of what should the installations and when we're going to transition to the next team. Because not only you got to put the installations in, you got to put the checks in, and then you got to see it. You got to let them get reps at that. When they motion the wing back over, or when they in wing toward the field or wing toward the boundary, that's a whole different play. It's a whole different defense you might run. There's a lot of things. And okay, I got your question. So who's going to have the microphone? Who's going to have the microphone?
Yeah.
Not the microphone, the headset.
You mean the player, like in their helmet?
Who you think? Because Shiloh said he don't want it, and I see he's on the sideline with a yellow jersey. Because whoever has that is going to be out there all the time.
Can I say this?
Uh-oh.
Can I say this?
Uh-oh. You think they might not use it?
No, they'll use it. They'll use it. I think Trevor Woods uses it. He's a cerebral guy. I think he's a guy that can put everybody in place.
He's linebacker number one, man. He's linebacker number one.
I mean, Coach Prime said, listen, Coach Prime said it was the Brian Urlacher.
All right. I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it. But
But everybody hates this dude. They're
not trying to hit it. I see a lot of names. I see about 7 people out there starting from last year. I see Shane Coates. I see McNeil. I see Bentley. I see Woods. I see Shiloh. He's gonna start. I see Cam. I see Travis Hunter. There's a whole lot of people, and I'm not saying they can't be better than they were last year, but it's just the same people that put you at 130th on defense. So, they
may not have. So here's my question. So here's here's my question. So based on you talked about, because you're getting that from the first two, the videos, the well-off videos, like what you're seeing out there.
I'm getting it from the videos, and I'm also getting it from just their body language, because they seem like they kind of know what's going on. You know what I mean? So it helps. So if the coach is having an issue with a learning curve, it sure does help. At least the kids that I got out there, I've been with them since the end of last season, and I kind of know what to expect from them. I plug a couple pieces here. You don't want a whole unit of people that has never ever played together. That's really rough. Mm-hmm. That's really rough. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, to your point, I totally understand. But here's what I'll say: if those 7 guys are out there, let's just say they are. There's only one or two answers. There's only one of two answers. There's it. Either one, right now, in the coach's eyes, that's the best they have available. Right? That's the best they have available. Or 2, what do you think 2 would be, Alpha? If you had to guess.
So if those guys are playing a ton because they're the best available, or 2 would probably be, I don't know. I don't know what. I mean, I don't know.
I'll tell you right now. Or 2 would be what? That the coaches don't know where they're looking at, because all of these fan members are saying all of these other people are better. So why are these 7 guys, if that's the case, still starting? See, that's the thing that gets me, that they hate Trevor Woods, but he's still starting. But yet we got better coaching. They hate this. They despise Bentley, but he's still starting. But we got better coaching. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the coaches feel like these are the best available. That's all I'm saying. I don't care 2 ways in the world about what it is, because at the end of the day, you have to trust the coach's evaluation on these players. I'm not making no speculation about who gonna start. Oh, Hill Green gonna come take this spot. Well, maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't know. Nor do I truly even, I have to be honest, I don't even truly care. My thing is, what does the product come on August, 29th when they play?
Right. Hey, you had a super chat. I wanted to answer that. Super
my
chat.
bad. I missed it.
Did you read it?
I apologize.
Yeah,
you know what? I apologize. Rosa Day, thank you again for the 189. She says, Coaching Alpha, thank you for the Alpha, man. She says, Coaching Alpha, who has the hardest role, DC or OC? You can go first. I'll answer.
Absolutely the defensive coordinator, because you got to get, okay, I think the offense has enough confidence, and the engine that's running it is a very good player. So worst case scenario, Shedeur throws it to Travis, and no matter what, you're probably going to still be able to score some points doing that. But on the defensive side, not only do you got to figure out who can play defense, you got to change the culture on defense dramatically. And on defense, you don't get a chance to practice against anything that you're going to see. When you're on offense, you see cover 0, cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, man-to-man blitz. You kind of see kind of the same thing. The only difference might be the way the front, like the odd front, even front. But other than that, the quarterback, if you're throwing the ball, he's going to see the same coverages every single day at practice. But when you're on defense, if all you see is 5 wides and 4 wides every day at practice, but when you play games, you playing against 2 tight ends, a fullback, a running quarterback, a whole lot of other stuff, it's really hard to duplicate that. So I think the defensive coordinator has the most difficult job to try to at least get as many reps as he possibly can to get ready for the game. I think the DC has the hardest job out of the two. What's your thoughts, Coach?
I totally agree, but I look at it maybe just a hair different. Same sentiment, but a little different. Is I just look at it, and it could be Colorado, it could be Alabama, it could be whatever. From a defensive perspective, your hands are tied, right? What do I mean? You basically have 5 coverages, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right?
Right.
There's only but so many blitz packages, right? And the biggest thing is you have to implement your rules to a lot of unknown. And that's where defensive coaching is big. How do you get the players to play with the rules? See, that's the problem. It's not just calling a play and it's going to work. I call a blitz and they motion trips this way. Do I still...
Boom, somebody got checked. Yeah.
Oh no, but do I blitz this Mike Backer who's got the blitz call because it's 2x2? They motion 3x1. Who now has the number 3 receiver?
Right.
Those are his rules. Right. Yeah, but that's what they have to realize. But now watch this. Oh, I got the number 3 receiver. Now, did you lose a blitzer or do you turn somebody else on? These are the rules that are very hard when it comes to football that defenses have to teach. And that's why you say in 20 practices, I have to make sure that you know these rules, but yet I can't give you every scenario that you're going to see. Right?
Right.
If I get a down block, am I boxing it? Am I chasing it? Do I stay in this hip pocket? Do I climb the ladder? It's so many different rules on each play. It's not more or less the play calling than it is how these players implement the rules. And then I'm going to flip it right quick before you go there. Offenses can manipulate your rules if they find them out. If I know your Mike Backer is going to check to the number 3 receiver, remember Steve Sarkisian at Alabama? He put the Heisman Trophy winner at the number 3 wide receiver. Why? Because the Mike Backer had to try to cover him.
Right.
That's a mismatch all day.
All day.
So that's what's hard about it. And then the offensive playbook is infinite. You have a set of rules by 5 wide receivers, but guess where the cheat code is? You actually got 6 because your quarterback now can get busy and get missing. He not sitting in the pocket like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady where his arm is his threat. Now you got the Jalen Milroe. You got these guys who can maneuver So now you got 5 eligible receivers, but a 6th man who can hurt you as well with the ball in his hand.
I talk to that about people all the time about 11 on 11 football, because most of the time it's really 11 on 10 because you don't count the quarterback. But in the Big 12, the quarterback runs the ball. So if you, for some of you guys that don't know, a boxing spiel is kind of exactly how you kind of handle a running play to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
If you make everything come back and your free hitter is normally there to tackle a running back, if they bring the running back to block that
Mm-hmm.
free hitter, now the quarterback has nobody to tackle him. There's a lot of different, there's a lot of things, and these are the rules. I don't want to get deep down into it because I know it might be boring for some of the people that listen to the show, but these are the rules you got to find out. But you want to know but just like I said, the hardest part is if you're playing against that, I'm going to tell you this, Big 12 teams that run Big 12 offenses is going to get more reps at those rules because they see that offense every day.
There you go.
The problem is you're looking at a Pac-12 offense every day, but you're preparing for a Big 12 offense. That's where it gets, I'm not getting the reps, coach, because we might run a 4-3 with 3 linebackers because we're playing Kansas State or we're playing Texas Tech,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't run 3 linebackers ever at practice. So now who's the 3rd linebacker? Trevor Woods will be the weak side. Bentley will be the middle. Who's that Sam? He got to get his reps too.
Right.
It's a whole lot of stuff that's going to be a little different.
And here's the thing.
So
how many reps does he get? How many reps does he get at practice versus running your other practice? And what a lot of people don't understand, if you have a well-polished, when I say well-polished, meaning a high-performing coaching staff, I don't know if they're doing this, but I hope they are. They're not only practicing for North Dakota State, they're practicing for Nebraska too. They may not tell the players that this is a Nebraska play, but that's a Nebraska play because, that's how you have, it's like pool. You got to play a shot ahead. They're not only practicing like in their game plan. Okay. North Dakota 1st and 10 likes to do X, Y, and Z. 2nd and long, X, Y, and Z. But there's also a Nebraska play in there. They know that's a Nebraska play. It's got an icon or whatever next to it. The players don't necessarily know it, but they got to try to find a way to cheat to get ahead of schedule. And it's not Colorado thing, guys. This is an everywhere thing.
Right.
This is an everywhere thing. You understand?
Right. So check this out. If you can you highlight after the game's comment real quick? Highlight after the game's comment.
You act like they don't do Big 12.
Yeah, it says you acting like they don't have film, Big 12 film. So after the game is absolutely correct. They have the film, but you only got so many hours in the day of practice. So that's what Coach Hayes is talking about is they got to get a lot of stuff before we watching film on any Big 12 team. We first have to know what we're doing, and that's the point. Before you watch, because if we start watching film right now on Nebraska and Kansas State and North Dakota State, we'll have a damn mental overload. Right. I mean, I know I will. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Let me first understand. In cover 3, you want me to bump to the A gap, and then if it's 2x2, you need me to play the weak side. There's a lot of things I need to just find out from just the basis of the defense. Before we get to the film, now you mess around. That's the stuff I'm talking about when it comes to the steps, skipping steps. We cannot skip those steps, but we have a short window where we might have to skip something. We just praying and hoping that we don't mess around and skip something that's needed in the early part of the season.
I agree.
I just want you to.
I agree with you. I'll just say this too. And see, again, this is the part where people don't understand. After the game, great point. However, there's a thing called 2D and 3D. Looking at a film for most people, right, makes sense. It does. But there's a different angle from looking at a bird's eye view of something than looking at it standing on the ground. Do you know how many players that can call out that stuff on the field, on a film, on a screen, because they can see? It's just like us playing, right? The video game.
Right.
In real life, you can't see the whole 53 and a third yards. We're playing inside a helmet. Right?
Right.
I can see everything. But when you're on the football field standing there, you see two receivers over here, but you never look to your left. Why? Because you're not in your comfort zone. When you're on that football field and this dude is hurrying it up and he's coming, I'm sitting in a room. I'm not worried about a dude coming over here blindsiding me with a concussion hit. I'm sitting in the film. Okay, right here, I check this X, Y, and Z. I'm not saying that doesn't work, but I'm saying for some people, that angle, and this is where coaching comes in, that angle doesn't register when they get on their feet on the grass, because now it's not a bird's eye view, it's a 3D view. Because now it's like, wait a minute, I got two receivers over here. Is the running back? Can I tell? Is he in front of the quarterback? Is he behind? Is he behind the tackle? It looks different from a bird's eye view. Like, those are the things people don't understand. Hey, Miss Mostan.
No,
1961. I'm coming to you in 1 second.
My bad.
Mm-hmm. No, you good. No, I was just talking about 1961.
No, you are absolutely right, my brother. So that's one of the things is, okay, so when you get in the game, you get a flow. If you know your defense like the back of your hand, all you're doing is waiting on the offense to give you clues. But if you still kind of question, okay, what do I do on this one? Okay, like if you're on defense and you see a certain set, you say, okay, if they motion, that means they coming into a tight set. Let's get ready to go zone. We might be a man-to-man. Get ready to call bracket. You're saying that stuff before it even happens because you know your defense like it ain't nothing. Like you've been running it for 2 or 3 years. But when you still trying to figure out the play call and they line up and then they motion and everything you do is reactive instead of proactive, it's hard to play defense reactive. It's really difficult. Yeah. You have to be proactive in, okay, if they motion, like let's say you're playing Dylan Edwards. Okay, if they motion him out, we got number, whatever his number was. I think it was number 4. I don't know what his number was. All right, 22 in the backfield. 22 in the backfield. Hey, get ready for the motion. We're going to check to this. These are the conversations that you having with your teammates. They got to get used to hearing their teammates' voice. Because, in the game be loud as hell. But you get used to the voices and okay, that's my boy over there talking to me. Let me keep my head open. So it's so many things I wish I can share with the public on what really goes on in the game. And you guys would be fascinated exactly how much stuff is going on mentally, physically, everything, body language. It's so much that goes on in the game. And you'd be shocked. And when they say those guys aren't smart, man, I'm telling you, if you can be a football player, you can be a smart person.
Alpha.
It's nobody
Alpha, you real quick, man. People like to say, I'm coming to you 1961. I apologize, but give me 1 second. How people talk about the video game, and how you can play Madden, you can hear the guys calling out, red, 32, 35. Bro, that's real stuff. Now, for the video game, it's just noise, right? It doesn't really mean anything, right? Those are the sounds you hear in football, right? It's like if you had a picture of the woods and you don't hear birds chirping, something sound wrong, right? It's just the noise. Right. That's what you're supposed to hear. If you at the beach, you don't hear the oceans, the waves crashing on the shore, it doesn't sound right. So that's just noise to people playing video games. But those are real communication signs and signals that are going on, right? And so, again, not only that one person may see it, but he got to get it to 10 other people, right? And that's what's huge right there, man. And so, you're 100% right, man. I do appreciate it. But these are great question, Rose. I thank you for that. I really do. Let me get this next call in 1961. Like I said, we only got 104 people in them. Man, thanks, Alpha. We'll talk, man.
All right, have a good one.
For sure. Shout out to Alpha Roo in the building, man. Hey, Ms. Mostan, how are you? Technically T, that was Alpha Roo in the building, man. Shout out to Technically T in the building. Before I come to 1960, I want to answer one question that was given, if I'm not mistaken. I just saw it. I thought it was a great question. Who gave it? Oh, Shine. Here we go. Shine says, Coach, hey, you were a coach. If you were in D. Sanders' shoes, how would you do it differently? That's a tough question. I'm going to only speak from kind of what I saw. One, I don't know everything, so I can't speak to how I can truly do things differently because I don't know what he's really doing. Like I say, we get bits and pieces. So it'd be an unfair assessment to say I would do something differently. What I saw today, I actually loved. So I can't really say I would do anything differently from that perspective of what I saw on this video, right? Now, what his staff meetings are like, I don't know. What his, whatever, I don't know, because I don't know. He doesn't show that kind of stuff. But calling the guys out, making sure you applying pressure, make sure you don't let them be complacent, right? That's the stuff you do as coaches. That's why I say, people say Coach Prime can't coach. I disagree. Now, maybe his decision making last year to allow guys to coach versus stepping in, maybe if that's the case, you could question that. But saying he doesn't know X's and O's and he doesn't know, no. Now, again, like I said, being a play caller, meaning to call the plays, is different. Does he know how to be a head coach? Yes, I believe he knows how to organize men. He knows what he wants to do. He knows what he wants to accomplish. And I think he knows how to motivate people. That's part of being a head coach. And that's the main part of being a head coach, especially if you're not a play caller. Do I think Coach Prime can do that? Yes. Can he execute those tasks? Most definitely. So I don't know how to answer it differently because I also don't have a lot of information on what he does per se. That's why if you notice, if you watch this channel, unless we're talking football and I'm talking about the game, I don't really talk about Coach Prime from a coaching perspective. Now you may say, well, Coach, you talked about he don't do home visits. That's not coaching, that's recruiting. It's part of coaching. But I think what you're asking me, Sean, is the coaching part. And that's what I just wanted to make sure I see. 1961 in the building. Appreciate you being patient. I just want to hopefully to answer your question, Sean. Hey, Drew Linfield. You know what? That joker whooped me last night, man. Matter of fact, take another one. If I can't beat you on the sticks, I'm gonna slap your face. Mother. Would you take in-home visits when recruiting? I would. That's my superpower. I would. I can't worry about another coach getting mad. I can't worry about another person I can't worry about that. I'm here to get this kid. And if my superpower, again, that's me. That's me. But, 19, Lexus told me I can't talk about in-home visits no more. And I'm beta. No, Miss Mustang, I ain't hit you. I hit Drew Linfield because he whooped me in the game last night. All right, 1961. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, Coach, this is JR Boxing. What's going on?
What's up, JR, man? How you feeling, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. No. I was going to say I was doing pretty good. I was about to unsub from you, Coach. You had me on hold for about 30 minutes, man.
Can I be honest with you? I didn't look down until the last second when I said 1961. Because there's only 98 people in here, and I just happened to look down. Usually, when there's more people, I look more often, and I didn't look down, dog. So I apologize.
I said, God, dog, him and Alpha just.
Man, we start talking that ball. Man, we start talking that ball, man. But my bad, GL, man. It's your turn.
I just wanted to. It was definitely some things that y'all kind of spoke to earlier. I think Alpha threw out there. I think it was, maybe 17 or 20 practices or something like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Look, I'm not in the coaching, realm or in the facility or anything like that. But Google, right? So Google's free, 29 days, and then the NCAA allows 25 practices. So they can practice 25 times. So
okay,
that gives them the ability to utilize 25 practices within 29 days.
There you go.
However, the coaching staff wants to utilize those days. Mm-hmm. That's obviously up to them and how they go about using it. But they have 25 practices at their disposal before the first game.
There it is.
Minus
25
that they already have. So 23 practices.
So there it is. All right, perfect.
And then, it was one thing, man. Y'all kind of on one thing. Y'all kind of contradicted yourselves on one thing. Because y'all brought up, well, not you specifically, but it was brought up in conversation like. They got like 7 guys returning, right, on defense specifically, and y'all start naming off some of the defensive players that's going to potentially start or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. And yes, CU defense was terrible last year. contributed to players, contributed to scheme, contributed to whatever, disarray of the program. But I've never heard it used in that way, like almost in a negative way. Like you have 7 potential returning defensive players, but it being used in a negative connotation, like the way it was being spoken about. Like typically, like let's say throw out CU and you any other program, just pick a random program. All right, we're gonna pick the University of Miami. University of Miami got 8 potential returning defensive starters. It'll be no way that people are gonna be like, well, they had 8 potential defensive starters returning, but yeah, man, that defense is pretty bad, man. Their continuity may not be that good, you know, blah 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 blah. I mean, if you got 7 potential guys returning on defense, albeit, yeah, you learn a new scheme, but there's still continuity there with those players. Because at the end of the day, football is football. So, yeah, you got to learn keys, but like you said, there's 5 coverages that you need to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So your keys is something that in those individual meetings that they're going to have to pick up on. And, hey, when we get more tape on you, it's only day 2 of the practice, right? So we're going to get more tape. Now we got that bird's eye view from the practice field perspective. And now they're breaking, you know, coach, they're breaking it down in those secondary meetings. So they have those practices in the morning, and then they looking at that tape and that film in the afternoon. Hey, tell me what you was thinking right here. If the call is supposed to be this, why are you not vocalizing this? Or why are you out of place on this? So, you know, those things are happening during those secondary meetings that they have later in the afternoon. So,
I'll say this though, in response, if you don't mind, I'll let this respond. I think part of it though, JR, is one. Okay, here's the part of it. One, you have to remember the battles that maybe a lot of us are battling. The first battle is everybody talked about how terrible they were, right? Their defense, what 130th out of 132, whatever. 2, the next thing is we got all these great players that came in. Okay, so remember that in there. All these great players that came in. I agree. I think they're better players than they had before. But then the flip side is if you have these better players, just think about how this sounds. You brought in better players, but the guys last year are still starting over these better players. If that's the narrative. But I just want to just lay it out. I'll lay it out and you can eat off the table what you choose. I'm just talking about the mindset.
What I said is potential starters, right? Because we don't know if they're going to start.
We don't. That's fair.
That's the job of the coaching staff is to bring in better talent, right? I'm going to recruit over top of you. If not, I'm losing my job, right? That's my job to bring in the best possible talent.
Fair point.
So that's why I use the word potential starters. Now they're returning, but they're potential starters. So,
but I mean,
like I said,
but I'll just say
the practice. Now, if we're 21 days into the practice and we still see Trevor Woods and Bentley out there, then obviously the coaching staff then saw something in these young men to keep them out there. That's all I'm saying. So we're day 2 in, and I'm not expecting to see Kyle Hill, Green, or certain players but I'm not expecting to see those players like right there in the forefront because there's really nothing for them to like have earned their spot yet. You know, player-led practices, shorts and shirts. Everybody can run fast, look good, look strong, and stuff like that. But there's no tape on you in this facility for me to put you in a starting position yet. Right?
I have no. So that's only fair. That's only fair. I guess here's my question. No, that's only fair. And I guess, like I said, my next point, what I was trying to lay out was people hate, and I don't know why. But Colt members alike hate Trevor Woods and Bentley. They turned on them mid-season faster than you turn over a sunny side up egg, I guess. Am I right? Would you agree or disagree with that, JR?
I mean, yeah. Look, I totally agree, man. I mean, look, a lot of people don't like Dak Prescott. All he's done is win. I mean,
I know.
If you look at his record as a quarterback, he's a winner. But that's the part of the fanatic part that.
There you go. But that's what I try to tell them, though, But JR,
that it comes with it, right?
That's what I try to tell them, though, JR. Like, guys, y'all make these things, but I go to tell them, y'all quick to turn on these kids. But that's why I told Alpha earlier, there's only two answers here. Currently, either right now, that's the best they have because, Coach Prime come out and say he the Brian Urlacher. Now, I'm not holding them to that. I get it. You're building the kids' confidence.
I was say, come on, Coach.
No. But you got to remember, but you can't come on, Coach me, because the cult members run with that. That's what I'm trying to say. I know better.
Yeah.
I know better. But you got people out here making videos. Yeah, but you got people making videos on this. And I'm not mad at it. What I'm saying is they take that and then people will watch. You'll be like, yeah, Trevor Wood. And then if he doesn't perform to the Brian Urlacher level, he's trash.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody wants their cake and eat it too. Yeah. Because most oftentimes than not, when we speak, we want to be right about what we're speaking about, or we want to at least feel right about our opinions on what we're giving. But I just wanted to speak on that, Coach, as far as the practice thing, 25 practices, man, and then the way it was kind of, being used as far as like, well, you got potentially this many people returning that could start, but yet, continuity and things like that. And then, across the NCAA, football conundrum right now, I mean, there's a lot of new coaches and everything like that. I mean, Arizona lost their entire coaching staff to Washington. Like the coach left and, everybody gone.
Agreed.
You can hear the pundits talk now or the YouTube streets and, well, CU might not beat Arizona or it might be a tough game or, things like that. So,
yeah. But here's the thing. But everybody goes through it. Everybody goes through it,
through the same thing.
But what's the difference? Hold up. Say it again. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's
of the coaching realm.
That's what gets it going. That's what gets it going, though, JR. Is that said, like I said early, Coach Prime, to his credit, and like he always says, it shows the good and the bad. When you open the window and let people look in your house, they see how you run your home. JR, I know you from here, but I don't know how you discipline your kids. I don't know if your house dirty or clean. I don't know what you do with your wife. I can't see in your home. But if you filmed yourself every day, now I can form an opinion. I can form, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, I can now form an opinion about JR boxing and his home life.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's just what it is. But right now, I only know you as JR boxing that call in to talk about Colorado football. And that's the only opinion, the only fair opinion I have about you. Whether, again, it's right, wrong, or different. But if you never open up your home, then I can't. Right now, we don't know what's happening in Arizona, even though they're in the same boat, roughly kind of as Colorado. Maybe not as much player turnover, but it is a lot of coaching change, a lot of new faces, a lot of new stuff. But nobody knows. Nobody's talking. So you got to wait till them 12 days in the fall. Not saying that's the right thing. I want people to understand, because they'll be like, but Coach, hey, Coach Prime, do it different. I know, but just know what comes with that. Just like Coach Prime. That's why I'm telling you, Coach Prime talks a lot, just like I do. He just said you're going to have consequences. Just like in a game, if you throw a punch, you get a 15-yard penalty. Well, a consequence of filming everything, bro, you see how many cameramen are around there, bro? They filming everything from all different. You got 3 different outlets. You got Uncle Neely, you got Reach the Media and Well Off Media, and the Colorado, the college, Colorado CU Buffalo. They recording. That's 4 different, I'll just call them media outlets. That's recording, dog. It's a gang of them people out there with cameras. A gang of people out there with those cameras, bro. And the penalty comes with, now people can form opinions, which I don't think he cares either way.
I think you're fair. But I got 3 things, Coach. One, hey, shout out to you and your platform, man. Love.
Thank you, man.
Listen to your platform, man. Hey, shout out to Alpha Roof for dropping some knowledge up in the call a little bit earlier. And then 3 things I got. Hey, 1. Don't keep me on hold that long, Coach. Hey, lock my number in 1961. Lock that in.
You know what? I'm gonna lock it in right now.
Next to me or whatever.
Put an asterisk. I'm gonna do it right now.
2, hey, shout out to that girl Simone Biles. my fellow Houstonian, 8-time lady. She killed it. I don't know if y'all watching the Olympics or not, whatever like that. But Simone Biles did a thing, and them girls brought that gold home. And
Okay.
then get ready for that track and field, man. Hey, that Dallas lady, Sha'Carri Richardson, man. Hey, root for her. Wrap
Okay.
y'all hands around that young lady because she's gonna do her thing. She's gonna show her ass off. And
That's
then
good, man.
For real. So,
that's good. I got to get
those
better,
are my
man.
3 things, Coach.
I appreciate it, man. I just learned today that they had 3-on-3 basketball, man.
Oh, it was god awful, man.
I suck, bro. I suck when it comes to other sports. I'm just a football junkie, man. Like, I suck when it comes to other sports. Like, I'll put it on and won't sit down and watch it. I'll be all over the place. So, but no, I suck when it comes to that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, it was god awful, man. But hey, it is what it is. But all right, Coach, I'll catch up with you later, man.
I appreciate you, JL. Thanks, man. Y'all call on in 862-799-9956. JL Box made me put a name in there, man. Miss Sanchez, how are you? It'd be nice for you to call in. Let's talk about your son. See how you doing up there at the Ohio State. Be interesting, man. Alpha, I saw Rawhide. What's up with you, man? Talk to me, man. I saw my man Demarion in here. I meant to acknowledge him earlier, man. Shout out to Demarion Davis, who came to the kitchen, man. Great sport. Decided to come to the kitchen. Did a little cooking today, if you understands me. If you understands what I'm saying. But like I said, I give him props, man, for coming. I actually like Demarion. I think, young man, but we'll definitely make it happen, man. See what's going on. But 862-799-9956. And we'll see what's going on. Let me see. Let me answer a few questions if we got a few here. Why is Ian Massey committing so late? Was he still in the transfer portal? Can he play this season? Or he has to wait till next season? I would assume he can play this season. What was the guy that linebacker y'all had, man? He was a pretty good linebacker. I wish he could have maybe gotten out his own way. God, what's the kid came from Tennessee, man? Juju Mitchell. So yeah, you definitely can. But I don't know. Ian Massey, I have no idea why he's late coming in. Juju Mitchell, yep. I think he got in trouble. I don't know. Like I said, I try not to speculate on why they do that. Alpha says, Coach Hayes, what unit will house the next K Smoke? Will house, you mean like Cavassier Smoke? Will house the next K Smoke? Wide receiver, O-line, DB, or D-line? What do you mean house the next K Smoke? What unit will house? What do you mean by that? Put that in the chat. I'm lost. What unit will house the next Cavassier? Oh, meaning like, okay. You mean like have a guy that has potential but they don't play him? I don't know, dog. Alpha, you shout out, bro. I have no clue, man. I have no idea, Alpha. I just thought when you said house, I'm like, house. Okay, I get. Okay, house. Okay, I get what you're saying. Like a guy that's got potential but don't get a shot. Let's say, for example, if you were saying like Shepard, right? He don't play. I get where you're coming from. Okay. Running backs are Dalen Hayden, Michael Welch, I don't know. I don't think it'll be the running back room. I mean, I don't think everybody will play in the running back room, but I don't think at that point, like the Cavassier Smoke situation where a guy was a starter like that. So there's not really a bunch of guys in the room like that. Like even if Augustov doesn't play, it's like, okay. You know what I mean? It's not like Rose. Come on, Rose. You punching. Ooh. Oh. Rose said, So here's what's interesting. I'm funny you bring that up, Rose. What? I can't say somebody explain. Maybe y'all blame Sean Lewis. But how does Amarion Miller go from 7 catches against USC? 7. He finished the season, I want to say, with 11. I think he had one prior to the USC game. So that would have been 8. 7 catches, 1 game for, a great game, bro. Breakout game. To only 3 more catches. I don't know how many attempts he had, but still 3 more catches. You gotta remember, USC wasn't like game 9. That was early. So just food for thought. I wonder how to. Usually, when a guy pops off like that, you try to make him a priority because he's not a little dude. He can run well. I wonder why. I wonder what happened where he got only. I can't say targeted 3 times because targeted and a reception are 2 different things. But if you only had 3 catches, it ain't like they threw the ball to him 60 more times. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I can't answer the Alpha. I really don't know because I don't know. I'll just go with Rosa Day and say Amarion Miller. Unfortunately, I don't want to put that on the man, but I'll just say it. Landon Curtis, you're a coach. He wasn't a starter. He played outside and they couldn't block. Simple. Okay. He wasn't a starter. He played outside and they couldn't block. Okay. Caleb Mathis will not see the field. Dang, y'all tough, boy. I don't know. Like I told y'all, I really don't even care. Win ball games, bro. I don't care if you give it to a dude 25 times and give it to another dude 10 times, 25. I don't care. I just was wondering, with Amarion Miller, the way he broke out in that game earlier in the season and we didn't see him again, I just wondered what was in the thought process. And again, it's a rhetorical, dog. Nobody can really answer that unless you go down there and ask Coach Prime. Back to Rose's question, or Sean's question, if I would do things different. And again, it's all speculation. Maybe I would find a better way to, like this dude shined. He's part of the reason that everybody talking about we almost came back and beat USC. So if he's the reason, maybe he could have came back or put up more yards against Stanford or cleaned up Arizona, which was a close one. Like, I don't know. T from Baltimore, what's up with you, man?
What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Man, I'm good, man. Real quick before I do that, man, shout out to the Fantasy League in the building, man. If y'all want to join the College Fantasy Football League, you see it right there. I know it says 23, but I just got to change the date. It's 24. The information is in the description below. All you got to do is click that link, follow the instructions. Make sure that you follow the instructions carefully. There's 3 leagues, 25, 50, and 100. 25 get you 225, 50 get you 450, 100 get you 900, 9 times your cash. You understand me? So go ahead, jump on in here. The draft coming up soon. I think there's only 2 spots left at the 25 one. It's super fun. They got an app for it. The email will come from Fantrax. Make sure you check them out. And check your spam as well, too. And make sure you put your email in the description of the Cash App. Come on, man. Just think logically, y'all. We grown up in here. It's 11 o'clock at night. How is Coach Hayes supposed to know who to email your fantasy link to when your Cash App say Big Dog 3522. And I ain't sending it back. You just donated to the Hayes Foundation. So that's all I'm going to say. So go ahead and check that out. Make sure y'all check that out. T, what's up with you, man?
Nothing much, brother. I was cruising on the YouTube. Saw you had the live open. So I was like, let me call and holler at my guy.
You ain't get no notifications, man?
You know what? They send them to my email or something like that, but I don't pop up on my phone the way they do. You know what? I do get the notifications for you and Streeter.
Oh, okay. The reason I was wondering, man, because like I say, I mean, I get it. It's a slow time, but a lot of people have been saying they haven't been getting notifications. So it ain't like you could call somebody from YouTube. Ain't that crazy? As big as YouTube is, there's no customer service line.
That's crazy. But I mean, the cheapest way, right?
They take your money and you take theirs.
Yeah.
Bro, they blocked that video last night worldwide, dog. Worldwide, they blocked our video. Like the whole video was blocked. I just deleted it. I just deleted the whole, like we was playing the game, I was playing music, having fun. Like YouTube blocked the whole video. Like it said copyright strike. It says blocked. And then it says worldwide. Oh, we just playing a video game, but playing video. But dog, you could be on YouTube kicking people, stabbing people. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand the guidelines. I looked at the YouTube thing. I said, one day in life when I'm civilized, I could probably do YouTube. I cuss too much.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But I did get a chance to check out some of the well-offs. They put out so much content though, but I did see a little bit of the practice for Colorado.
What's your take on it?
Dion is coaching. Like he's healthy coaching.
He coaching. He said he coaching.
Yeah, he coaching. Like he really giving that juice. You know what I'm saying? Like so that's one part, but I had to look at it. I broke it down into like sections. So it brought to light how many holes they had to fix looking at this stuff and seeing how much running around Dion was doing. He was everywhere from with the DBs. He got with some of the defensive line. He talked to the offense a little bit to start fast, the whole team. I'm like, damn, like, it's crazy.
That's head coaching.
But what I did, he coaching. No, he putting on a master class in coaching.
He ain't on that cart. He ain't on that cart no more, huh?
Nah, he ain't on the cart. He ain't wheeling around no more. Nah, he live in the color.
Yeah.
So I love to see that. You know what I'm saying? That's a good sign. Yeah. But I don't know if you don't really watch it like that. But when you do get a chance to check it out, look at the interaction with the coordinators, with their team. Like, especially defensive coordinators. Defensive coordinators is like gang leaders. To me, like, when I was a defensive coordinator, bro, like, my defense was my defense. Like, the coaches come over and say something, they were like, all right, what we doing, coach? They'll look at me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's hit or be hit.
You know, it's you know what I mean? Like, these are my guys. Like, it's other guys that work with them. It's a defensive line. It's a linebackers coach, secondary, all that good stuff. But if I'm the D coordinator, my guys, like, these are my guys. Like, I own that group, coaches included. I don't see that from their D coordinator yet. I think he's still winning them over. I saw that with the offensive coordinator. I saw that with Pat Sherman.
Okay. Not as interesting take. It's an interesting take.
When he addressed his offense, the way he addressed it, it was holistically, like from coaches to players, all up and down the board. Hey, we didn't get done what we needed to get done today, but, you know, we working some kinks out pretty much. First day, I don't really, we going to look at the tape, figure it out, and move forward. And I could tell, like, it felt like the defensive coordinator was like just giving a pep talk to the whole team. He don't really have a group.
Oh, so he don't coach a position, the DC?
Nah, it don't look like that. I can't tell because
I thought he coached the safety. I thought he coached the safeties.
I didn't really see him with the safeties. I mean, maybe, Bucky move around, so I don't think he's filming with the safeties. I could be wrong, but I didn't see him with specifically the safeties like that. So, and he might own a part of it, but I'm just saying, like, you're the DC, bro. Like, this is your group. Like, they're supposed to be like your Spartans. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all supposed to have kind of your own thing. It's training camp. It's fall camp. Like, it's supposed to be, those lines supposed to be divided.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not spring. Like, it's fall ball, right? Like, this is for the money.
Go time. It's go time, baby.
Now.
It's go time, dog.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess that's where I was taking the video when I broke it down. I don't know if you saw that part there, T. Where I was saying, like, it's the second day. Coach Prime comes in and he's telling you, I need it now. I need it now. You need it now. Some of y'all one and dones, boy. Like, it's this is why you came here, for an opportunity. This is why you're here, for that opportunity. So I'm not saying that you're out there doing everything perfect. I'm not saying that, but I was just talking about the enthusiasm that didn't jump off the tapes. That, imagine if we saw the entire practice. How you get where I'm coming from?
For sure.
I guess that's all I'm saying, because we only get a snippet of what it is, and within those snippets, you get a chance to look at those things. And I'm saying, for me, it's the little things, and you're talking about the enthusiasm, right? And you're talking about the energy. You're talking about those things. And again, that's a me thing. That Coach Prime may not care. And that's fine. I always tell people, it's his ship. You take it in open waters or sail it straight into the doggone iceberg and call it the Titanic. It's up to you. I don't know. I don't care. Like, what I'm saying is, it's his prerogative. He does what he wants. But for me, second day of practice, I need that. I need that thing. And he turned the music off. I think I saw that part where and I get the part, turn the music off, because I want to see what you like without it. Like, let's go. Like, okay, that's what you're accustomed to. Now the music stopped. Does that change your environment? Because I'm talking about how the coaches think in a psyche. It's like when you go to an away game. Now these people booing you. Is your psyche the same? Is your energy the same? You got you right. That's the psyche in coaching right there. I take the music away, something that you're accustomed to, you in your comforts, right? You in the comforts of your home, right? You chilling, you comfortable. And I turn the heat on. You still gonna be comfortable? You still gonna, or are you like miserable, telling your wife, man, what's going on? Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what football is about. No matter the environment, can you be the same consistent person, like he said in the video, being consistent, regardless of the environment?
But did it feel to you like he was? I wanted to see him build on what they started last year, and it don't feel like he built nothing. It feels like
it's a lot of new faces,
turning it and reacting.
Well, it's a lot of new faces, so you can't build if you bring in 45 new guys. And think about that. You brought in 70 last year. You brought in, how many did they bring in this year? 45, 50, something like
40,
that?
44, 45. Well, yeah, probably 45, damn near 50, because this new kid just committed tonight.
So how do I know? I can't build, you know what I mean? You got to build back what's missing to get them back up par to the Shadors, the Travis, the Shilohs, the Marion Miller, the people that were there already. You got to get those guys up to par with what was there. You understand? Like, you tore down half the house. I can't say you tore down, it's a figure of speech. You tore down half the house, but I can't keep building on this little piece. I got to build a house back up, so then I can build a 2-story. Does that make sense?
For sure. But even I'm glad he addressed it. So this is the thing, like from a coaching aspect of it, I'm a fan of fights too. I like a good fight too, but I can't take a volume of them because it's a waste of time. Like I only got but so much time out here with y'all.
You say you can't take a what with it? You can't take a what with it, T?
So I can't take the volume. Like I can't take a little fight here and another fight here, and you want to throw a punch here. Like I can't.
I got
take
you.
that
I see what
every
you're saying.
practice.
I see what you're saying. No, I see what you're saying.
It's too many. It's too many, bro. It's too much. Like we got to start learning.
Oh, they fight a lot.
Install some more.
They fight a lot on there.
But so they fought. It was a whole punch thrown at one point. Like I mean, it was something slight, but it's just too much. Like damn, bro. It's damn.
But what I'm saying is,
man,
they've only had 2 practices. Yeah, I could say even in the workout, but let's just say let's stick with the 2 fall practices. In the 2 fall practices, have they had any altercations?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm okay, I get it. It's the dog, everybody competing, it's that dog, that fight. Got it. But we got stuff to do. Like it's a time management thing. That's my issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's only but so much time by NCAA rules that they can practice.
Right.
So if I can only have you out here, but for so long, I don't have time for sight. You don't even know what the hell you're supposed to be doing right now. Nobody does.
Hold on, but then they had
number 2. I don't expect everybody to know where to go.
Right.
For all these new faces. I got it, but we don't have time for fight. Not like that.
I got you. Yeah. Like sometimes here's what I know. I'll say this, and I got 8377. I'm coming to you. Give me 1 second. Here's what I know. That when you bring, and that's part of that new faces, new people. I don't even know who were fighting. Maybe they were new, maybe it was old. I don't know. But one thing about it, when you're dealing with a bunch of young men, somebody's trying to create who the alpha male is, right? That's just that's just human nature. Somebody's trying to set their dominance. Somebody got to pee on the fire hydrant. That's what I used to call it. Somebody got to pee on the fire hydrant, and if somebody else come pee on it, you're gonna get mad because that's my fire hydrant. So, same concept, right? Somebody has to set dominance. Right. And that's in any way. That's in any form of group activity. Somebody's got to take the lead. Somebody has to follow. People have to know how to lead. Some people have to know how to follow. That's just nobody's ever even in a group setting, unfortunately. I don't care what anybody said. They may say it, they're gonna do this, but every group in the world breaks up because everybody want to be the lead singer. Everybody want to be the lead. Everybody want to be the Beyonce. Everybody wants to be, this person or that person. And all the groups break up because I can sing just as good as him. Why I can't get a lead song? That's not your role, bro. So that's just what it is.
And I really wasn't tripping too much off of that, off the overall fight, but I understood where Prime was coming from when he addressed it. That I don't have a problem with offensive player fighting a defensive player or defensive player fighting an offensive player. I don't like when it's offense versus offense. Like now we got an issue.
How did that start?
If y'all beefing in the trenches and it get a little chippy and somebody get up and throw a punch, I ain't really tripping off of that. I just can't have too many of those. That's my thing. And I think that's what Prime was getting at when he addressed it.
Yeah. So apparently, like I said, somebody threw a punch. It was 2 offensive guys fighting.
No, it was offense versus defense. It was a defensive guy that swung and hit an offensive guy, trenches guy. Which is that happens, but it just can't. We don't have time for it to happen for what they're trying to accomplish.
Well, we'll see, man. But let me go and get to the next caller, T, man. I appreciate you as always, man. Thank you so much, man, for supporting, man. Going to get in this fantasy league, man. Going to get in that fantasy league. Going to get in that fantasy league, man. I think you got somebody you can pick up.
Oh, you already know it. You know who my number one
going to pick
number one receiver is. You know that.
Go ahead and go on and jump in that fantasy, man. Let's see what it's talking about.
Oh, all right, let me check it out.
All right, man. Just hit the link in the description. You'll see it, man. It'll pop up. Should be a link open. Matter of fact, do me a favor, T. Check that link for me. See if it worked, and then let me know in the chat it worked good, because it worked for me. But again, it's mine. So let me just see.
Say look.
All right. Thanks, brother. All right, man. Shout out to 8377 in the building. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Like I said, I didn't see it. 8377 coming to you. Ham in the building, but they get punked in the game from their opponent. $83.77. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Coach? This is Truck and Lamb from Cincy.
Truck
I literally just got off just now. I have a question for you, Coach.
Okay, hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick question. Your name is Truck and what?
Truck and Lamb.
Oh,
I'm
Truck.
your usual caller.
Yes. Okay, all right. Talk to me.
Can you name your the top 3 tacklers from Cincinnati? From TU last year.
The top 3 tacklers. I think Shiloh led.
Yes.
I think was it Bentley and maybe Trevor?
That is correct. Shador had 54. Woods had 42, and Bentley had 40.
Hold up, man.
Now,
Hold up. Clap it up for me. Clap it up. Y'all gotta clap it up for me. Yeah, clap it up. Clap it up for me. Yeah, I ain't gonna let you get away with that one. All right, go ahead. Talk to me.
Now, 2 of those people I named, people dislike, which I really don't get, because those 2 are the main ones that put in the work last year. Literally. Now, the only person on D-line that put in work was Jordan Dominic, which he had 31 tackles, and he's no longer there. Simon Craig had 32. He's still there. Omarion Cooper, he had 32. So the 7 that what's the name named, I just named out 3 that actually put in the work.
Correct.
And I just don't understand how people hate these players when they put in the work. And then the second thing I was going to say, if the D line is not doing their job, it's hard for the linebackers to do their job, and it's harder for the DBs to do their job, because everybody's doing everybody's job. So that's the whole issue I have with everything. And as far as the other caller just called in, dude, it's football. The only reason why you have an issue is because it's being shown. Best believe me, of all 132 teams, they all have fights. Get over it. This shit happens.
Yeah, and to T's point, I think it's not the fighting like he said. I think it's because I have to say this. I had a team where I had to actually stop them because now it became a thing, right? And I get where he was coming from, because I've actually dealt with that. And that's what Coach Prime was saying as well. I like a good fight. But what is it stemming from? Is it stemming because a dude pushed you after the play a little bit? Now we got to spin.
No.
No. I'm not saying that's what the fight. I'm not saying that's what the fight was about. I'm talking about teams, meaning because I didn't see the fight, so I don't know. I'm just talking about teams. Like I had a thing where now they saw a good fight, so now it's the offense versus the defense. Now they in the locker room. Boy, you try me at practice, boy, I'm finna split you. Dog. Now when you go to practice, guess what? The dude now it's a lot of they antagonizing one another just so they could fight versus you standing up for yourself. Y'all just because it's something fun to do. So I kind of get where he's coming from. I've been in that situation where, all right, look, enough of this, dog. Y'all doing too much, like y'all just fighting the fight. And I think this is what Coach Prime was saying. I like a good fight. But what you fighting about? Like, that's what happened with y'all discipline last year. A dude push you push him back instead of getting him in every 15 seconds. You paid a penalty of 15 yards. Guess what? Which may have given them a first down to continue to score versus punting and giving the ball to our offense, or vice versa. Instead of us being in a position to go score, it's now 3rd and 18 when it could have been 3rd and 3. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of where it was going.
No, because it was only one fight. And then the second thing, last year they didn't have no fight in them. So I think he was just saying that discipline was the issue more than it was no damn fight last year, to be honest. So I think it was mostly about discipline or you jumping outside. I think that was the issue from last year. It was just basically a discipline conversation.
I got you. I'm with you. And I think that's the same thing, right? I don't mind the fight, but let's be disciplined. If we're going, it's like anything. Right. If I'm a fight, I need to have a purpose. I'm not fighting just because, right? If I'm going to do anything, let's do it with a purpose.
Right. Now I want to respond to that person who said about Dak Prescott. I'm a Cowboys fan, been for years. I don't like him. Tony Romo has been more successful than Dak. So as far as him being in the league this long, you haven't did anything. Tony Romo at least did something. So I feel like this year he needs to do something. If not, we need to get rid of him. That's just me personally.
Yeah, listen, like I said, I just tell people this all the time. And to your point, I'll kind of go back. I'll kind of go back to Trevor Woods. I'm telling you, y'all may not realize this, but there's so much parallel between last year's Miami and this year's Colorado. People hated Corey Flagg. Hate, bro, when I say hated Corey Flagg, I even made a shirt called the Underdog King. I call him A because he wore number 11. I said, why he wore number 11? Because he number 1 twice. Bro, guess what this kid did? He was just like a Trevor Woods. Put his head down, went to work. It wasn't always sexy, wasn't the prettiest, but guess what? He won the Clemson game for us. He led the team in tackles, but it wasn't pretty. He wasn't flashy. He wasn't this. And so fans don't like that. They want to be entertained. When you make the tackle, they want you to come flying across like LeVar Arrington. And like, you know what I mean? It's like, instead of just saying, hold on. This dude is playing within the scheme of the game. Playing with it. Just like, I'll say Xavier Restrepo. Now this year, he's getting much more love. People were talking about Xavier Restrepo needed the dang on transfer, bro. The dude had 1,000 yards. What? But anyway, that's where I am. You all right, boy?
No, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I just literally just got off. I'm about to get out of this truck. I'm about to go home, take a shower, go to sleep.
Man, do your thing, man. Well, I appreciate you. I'm about to go ahead and wrap this up, man. 2 hours and 18 minutes. I was on that dang on game last night. Too long. I can't play that for like 4 more days.
I meant to ask you. A lot of people are upset because Cam Newton played Travis Hunter, and people call Travis a sore loser. But I'm saying it is what it is when you play games.
Why they call him a sore loser? Did he lose?
Yeah, he lost badly. Cam Newton killed him.
So why they call him a sore loser? What did he do?
You know, he was complaining. I think he quit, but I'm not so sure. I just know those two.
Oh, I got you.
I don't know if he quit because I didn't watch the whole thing.
I got you. Yeah, I guess, bro. I don't know. I saw some clips of them playing, but hell, I just learned how to move the defensive line last night. So hell, I ain't in a league. Cam Newton, Coach Hayes will teach you how to be a player. How about that? Huh? Put that in your cigar and smoke it, homeboy. I'm just talking trash, dog. Cam will probably whip my mind. I had no idea, man. Yeah. But anyway, I can't play. I play that thing from 10 o'clock to 4:30 in the morning. That's enough for me for the week. I'm done.
Well, that's what's up. At least you play less than RK from DNVR because he's been playing for the last 2 weeks.
I can't do it, dog. I can't. My eyes, my fingers can't handle it. My mind can't handle it, dog. But all right, man. Well, let me go ahead and get up out of here, wrap this show up, man. And appreciate the 100 or so people that hung out with us for 2 hours and 20 minutes. You know, about another 30 minutes, long enough for the Malcolm X movie. You know what I'm saying? 3-hour movie up in that joint. Appreciate you, man.
Or a Baby Boy movie off of BET, either one.
Trying to tell you, or Coach Hayes Live. Anyway, let me go ahead and get this thing rolling, man. I appreciate you, brother, man.
You too, bro.
All right, man. Shout out to everybody. 863 came for the 5-piece. Says, I'm gonna jump in the fantasy league, coach. One payment or two. Make it 2 if you don't mind. Make it 2 just so that way I can separate it and I'll know which one it is. So if you don't mind, if you can make it 2, that'd be great. Just so I could separate it and know. But like I said, the link is at the bottom. Appreciate it. So if you want to jump in in the fantasy, the link is in the description. You also see it pop up right here every so often as it goes through. But that's the Cash App as well on the bottom right there at Coach Hayes. $ Coach Hayes Football. Make sure you see my logo. That one right here. All right. If you send it to the wrong person, but you donated to their foundation. So appreciate the $5 there. Okay, so I'm about to send it now. All right, perfect. And I try to send a link within the hour unless y'all do it at like 2, 3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do it like 2 or 3 in the morning. Y'all gotta let the sun come up. Give Coach a break. You know what I'm saying? Another 5-piece right here. Support my brother, Prince Lemuel. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man, for the 5-piece. It's what it is. You own it, coach. Take the music away. Then what? I don't know what you mean, Ms. Mustang. Ms. Mustang, call in. I ain't talked to you in a while. I'm going to talk to you before I leave. I'm missing the Oracle right now. That's been bothering me. I don't know what an Oracle is. Yep. I don't know where the Oracle is. If y'all seen her, I don't know how to get in contact with her. I have not a clue. But Ms. Mustang, if you could call in 862-799-9956, it'd be great. And maybe you can explain what you mean. You say you own it, coach. Take the music away. Then what? I don't know what you mean. From the game last night, maybe? Maybe it's the game. But I enjoyed the music. I think we're going to start doing more of that stuff in the Discord. Like I said, we're just building it up. I think we'll do more. We're going to try to build our Discord up better too, man. For the ladies, I got a she shed in there. Matter of fact, Cuban Diamonds. I got a she shed in there for you, Cuban Diamonds. So whenever you're ready, you can go in there and, be a member. All right, let me cut this off. I think she's going to call. All right. I don't know what she meant by that, but anyway. I'm gonna call in tomorrow. Come into the kitchen, man. I told you we don't do drive-ins, though. Come on, man. Iceberg, coach. What you mean iceberg? Iceberg lettuce? Or iceberg the rapper? You got me lost up here, Ms. Mustang. You got me lost. Okay, cool. It's got to refresh. It'll refresh and come up. And I'll send a link. As long as your email is in there, I'll send a link. And we'll go from there, man. So I appreciate it. We'll load this thing up. Let me see if it comes through. I'm scared to put it up here because I don't know if I got this thing set right. But you going for the gusto, ain't you, boy? God dang. Yeah, see, I can't. I want to put it up there, Man, y'all clap it up for 863 Kane. That boy going for the gusto. Y'all clap it up. 863 Kane for the hundo. That boy just joined the $100 league. I guess it's gonna be another one too. I normally put it up there, but because you have your email, I don't want to post your email account on there because I can't block that part out. But y'all clap it up again. That boy for the $50 league off in there. God dang, boy, God dang, boy. I hear you, man. That boy ready. Well, look for the email within the hour, brother. It'll definitely be there. I'll send it to you, man. But let me go ahead and wrap this deal up. Really, Flaw, you here causing problem? Hey, Rosemary, yes. And the fact that you know that this is my entire point, he has to show up all y'all every damn game. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all cooking? Well, the lady, Rose, you got to get in the she shed, Rose. Y'all ladies got to get in the she shed. You, Ellen, all y'all. Miss Mustang, she could come there. The Mustangs, she seemed like she make a good soup or something. I don't know. I'm just talking trash. Anyway, let me go ahead and get up off of here, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Make sure you check out Coach Hayes and D Streeter tomorrow on Hayes Street. Ain't no telling where we'll be in the world. The day we were actually underwater. Put a billboard underwater, man. We tripping, man. Come on, man. Boy, we buying up real estate. We ain't buying back the block. We buying up everything. You understand me? So we having a good time with it. Y'all make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I appreciate it. Hopefully this was insightful to you. If it wasn't, I understand. You know. Hey, and Jay, lay off your mom, man. She trying her best, dog. She at least take the crust off the bread for you. Right, 27 years old, still asking mama for lunch money. Cut it out, man. Stop it. Peace.